Okay, but also don't forget that the mageeeo situation is the microcosm of the macrocosm, okay? So it's like this little universe with mageeeo as Satan is like the little local minor universe example of what's happening on a larger scale, okay? So like, for example, as like I'm sure, like, if we just look at our little universe, okay, where, at that bar, he would probably have a lot of people say that he's, like, a really nice guy. They would say that he's a really nice guy and I was the problem. Okay, but then I would say that he's a con artist and he's lied to all of them. Like, none of them have even heard my side of the story, right? But I've been incriminated and found guilty by that court just based on his side of the story, because Satan's the imprisoner, which means he's the punisher and he's the father of lies. Okay, so he's the Satan. Okay, and again, I'm the innocent victim who has been nothing but victimized and abused, but because I didn't even realize that he had was even friends with everybody that worked at that bar or whatever, because he kept all that secret from me. I didn't even realize until the day he proposed that it was I guess I was catching on, but I did not realize the extent that it was a huge bar-wide conspiracy where everybody else got to know everything. Everybody else knew everything about everything, even about me and about our relationship, everything. And I was the last to even fucking know. I was the last to even to fucking know. And I had this whole bar just incriminating me and telling me that I'm the bad guy. And it's another prime example of why you can't just have character witnesses either being incriminating one person, because it's just mobster. It's and then sometimes you can use character witnesses to sort of get somebody off the hook too. And it's if I'm there trying to incriminate him and I can bring all the evidence in the world, imagine a scenario where he can just bring his cronies in, bring enough cronies in to say, no, he's a great guy. He's a great guy, And that's potentially a very real scenario too. But then it's me against this mob, and they're all vouching for each other. And I'm just over here well, that I still, in my perspective, which is still a valid and equal perspective, he's a con artist, but because he's first in line, first in time to tell the squeaky wheel, telling them all the stories and getting in their head first, they still all think that I'm the bad guy, and I'm literally just being killed in his bed. It was